For UCLA, head coach Steve Alford. Student athletes are Jordan Adams and Kyle Anderson, and we'll begin with an opening statement from Coach Alford.
Well, obviously, extremely proud of our young men and our basketball team. We talked about it prior to the game and after the game. We started this thing almost 1 year to the date, almost about a shy of a week, but April 1st. We started recruiting these guys that are in the locker room, and I appreciate them giving us that opportunity to coach them and trust us as a new staff. That's never an easy thing, and they've bought in from day one. They've had both feet in from day one. They've worked extremely hard, and now to be sitting here with 28 wins and only 8 defeats and be a part of the Sweet 16 when you had, at the beginning of the year, 350 schools were in this thing, and now we're one of 15 others. So it's a very special thing, and we're looking forward to next week. And these two guys to my left have had an awful lot to do with it. You know, Kyle and Jordan have been tremendous all year with, one, their leadership, and two, their production. And they've brought and raised the bar for their teammates, and that's a special trait to have.
Questions for the student athletes?
Bernie Wilson with Associated Press. For Jordan and Kyle, UCLA and its tradition and everything, you guys, the program hasn't been to the Sweet 16 since '08. What does this mean for you guys to get it back there?
It means a lot. This is a big accomplishment. We've had a very good season overall, but our work is not done. They don't hang Sweet 16s up in Pauley, so we got to take it one day at a time and prepare for Thursday and get ready to play.
Pretty much what he said.
Good input, Jordan.
Good talk.
Any other questions for the student athletes?
For Jordan, their coach just talked in here. He said you guys annihilated them with the transition game tonight, and obviously people respect you for that all season. But was it particularly in sync for you guys tonight, and how well do you guys think you did on that? And also kind of dominating them inside. It seems like you really took advantage of the size differences.
I think it all starts with our defense. We're not able to run and get out in transition if we don't get stops, and we're taking the ball out. So, in the second half, we got more stops, and we were able to fly out. Norman had some transition layups, and Kyle started a few breaks. So once our defense settled in and locked up, our transition took over.
The transition game and also the size advantage. Obviously, you had a foot of length on their guard.
Yeah, we have guys that run like horses out in transition. We're such a good transition team, but like Jordan said, it all starts with getting stops. And we were able to get one of their best players in foul trouble, so it was tougher for him to guard. One of our 3 guards that would be out there. So we just did a good job of running in transition, and we've become such an unselfish team that it's fun out here to play.
Yeah, for Kyle, this is David Moore, USA Today. Since the beginning of the Pac-12 tournament, you guys have just been on a tear. Was there something that clicked, especially in the last couple of weeks for you guys?
Our defense, all credit goes to our defense. I think our guys have really bought into, preparation for, what other teams run. We're there for each other. We're helping. We're doing our best to keep our man in front. So it's led to some really good wins. And, great defense leads to good offense for us. So, we're just trying to pride ourselves on our defense.
Kyle, apologize if you've already been asked this. Florida. I know you all looked at the bracket before the tournament started. Given the history between the two programs and how they're playing today, what's your whole feeling about going against Florida?
Well, they're a very good team. They have a lot of older guys, a couple seniors, juniors, guys who are older, who've been in the program for a long time. They've been the best team in the country, this whole time, on a big winning streak just like this game today. So, we just gotta prepare. We got a few days and give all we got. They're a good team. It's going to be a good game. We've also been playing well. They've been playing well. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We got to have fun with it.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN.com. For Kyle, how does it feel to get this win, first Sweet 16 appearance since 2008, and really help this program sort of reestablish its legacy?
It's a great feeling. This is what guys come to UCLA for. A storied program. This is what you want here. Now, we've beat some good teams lately, and now we got the Florida Gators Thursday. This is what I know Jordan and myself came to UCLA for. So, it's like I said before, we're just gonna have fun with it.
Any other questions for the student athletes? Thank you.
Great job, guys. Great job.
Mark Wicker, Orange County Register. Steve, what effect did the zone have today, and really what effect has it had this season, and what do you think your old coach would think about you playing this much zone this year?
Well, working backwards, Coach probably isn't too thrilled about as much zone as we played, but it has been really good for us. I would say this, he's a big believer in however you defend, do it well. And we haven't been a great defensive team most of the season. I think we've been an adequate defensive team. We've really been good in transition, but something late in the year, maybe it took the Washington State game. I have no idea, but since that game, we've really defended well. We've had other games where we've defended well, and that zone's been a big part of it. We mix it in a lot. We try to mix it in with sub-patterns, whether it be with us or the opponent we're playing. But I thought we did a pretty good job, both man and zone. To hold this team to, 35% shooting and 60 points. This is a veteran team, and that's a hard offense to guard. It's well coached. They're well drilled. But our staples still assist turnovers. This is an unselfish group. It's such a fun team to coach because they share the basketball. It's probably not another NCAA tournament game yet to date that's had 22 assists and 3 turnovers in it. This team's just done things like that all year. Our assist turnover ratio has been a lot of fun.
Myron Metcalf, ESPN.com. Coach, yesterday you talked about sort of establishing a culture, reestablishing the culture at UCLA. Well, what does this win and this Sweet 16 appearance, how does it help you do that?
Well, obviously it's great steps in the right direction. And, all the individuals that have played or coached before I coached there or the players have played there, that culture's there. That tradition's there. You walk that campus, you see, we get T-shirts all the time, or you see things as you walk across campus, and it's always got champions made here. That's what that university's about. It starts at the top academically. You build championships in that classroom, and it goes right down through every program on the men and women's side on that campus, and that's what's fun. These guys are going to class with other men and women on that campus that are champions as well. So the whole campus just breeds that. And for us now to, being there 1 year to put our stamp on it, win a Pac-12 championship. Now we're in the Sweet 16. There's only 15 others of us out there, and it started with 350. It's a pretty good accomplishment already, knowing that there's so much parity in college basketball. Now you get to that point, and that margin and that opportunity is right there in front of you. You just want to play well and just see what happens. And hopefully our guys can have a good week here. It's a very quick turnaround for us. Playing on a Sunday, traveling on a Tuesday, playing again on Thursday. It's a tough turnaround for us, and we're obviously playing arguably the best basketball team in the country right now. But we're looking forward to that challenge. It's good to see us back in that mix and back in that discussion. That's what's been a lot of fun.
Yes, Dave, Bill Plaschke, LA Times. So you weren't a part of any of it, but have you been made aware of the whole Florida, UCLA, the last 8 years, 3 times in the tournament, that sort of tradition? I know it's not the same players, although it is the same coach with Donovan. But
Right. No, I'm just learning all that because I probably can't tell you a whole lot about Florida other than they're extremely well coached. And when you talk about cultures, they've got a terrific culture there and a culture of winning and doing it on the national stage. So, we know it's going to be a very, very difficult contest with a lot of challenges, but we've got 3 or 4 days here to try to get things in line, get a good game plan, and That's what's neat about our team. We got some things that make you think about matchups because there's not another team in the country starting a 6'9" point guard. You saw that tonight. All of a sudden they start the game with 6'4", kind of almost a power forward guarding him, go all the way down to a 5'9" point guard trying to guard him. He's really difficult to match up with, and he creates so many problems. He rebounds the ball. He starts transition game. He moves the ball, and his defense has improved dramatically. And I've said it all along. In the last, if you don't believe it, in the last 3 weeks, I think he's proven he's, in my opinion, he's the best point guard in the country. And when you've got that kind of guard play and playing a team that really hangs their hat defensively like Florida does, you got to take care of the ball. And that's been a strength of ours all season. We've averaged 10 turnovers all season. So that's a strength. And we're going to have to do a lot of things well and play well, but we're glad to be back in that picture and have another chance.
Forgot what I was going to ask you.
Just make something up.
Sorry. You guys, the defense, that's what I was going to ask you. The defense and the fact that what kind of turned the switch for you guys defensively?
Well, I think
kind of late in the year?
being a new program, there's a lot of things when you're trying to establish your own culture and your own way of doing things. There's a lot of things you're putting in, and there's a lot of things you're emphasizing. Whether it's what we're trying to do academically, how we're trying to represent ourselves in the community, to how we want to play offensively, how we want to play defensively. There's so many things to put in such a short time that the players I could probably see. This is an offensive bunch to begin with. I mean, that's just who they are, and that's why they like playing up tempo. They like getting out and running. We're great in transition. We share the ball so well. So I think all those emphasis defensively, it probably just was starting to beat them up too much. And for whatever reason, I do believe the Washington State game might have had something to do with it because we were playing really good basketball. We go to Washington State. We don't play well. And when we got back, those practices and then going into the Pac-12 tournament, we've had 5 straight games of really defending the way I thought this team could defend because we're athletic, we're physical, we're long, we got great length. And our man and our zone has improved dramatically in these 5 games. And so I don't know if that was the game. I don't know if they just decided defensively was going to be the last emphasis that they took on. I'm not for sure. But they've done such a good job of listening and trying to get better, and I think we've gotten better.
So how much did you emphasize defense after that game?
We haven't had to emphasize as much after the game as we have before the game because they've been doing it. Now they're seeing the results of it. You look at who we've beaten in that stretch. We've beaten an Oregon team that came into that game winning, 8, 9, 10 games in a row in our league. So we had to play Oregon. Then we play a Stanford team that is fighting like crazy to get in the NCAA tournament. So we're going to get their best shot. Then we play Arizona, who's arguably one of the 2 or 3 best teams in the country going into that game. We have to beat Arizona. And then we come into the tournament, and we're playing Tulsa, who's won 11 games in a row, and now we play the next team who's won 29 games in a row. And in all 5 of those games, defense has had a lot to do with our winning.
Steve, I apologize if you've been asked this already, but I know it's about the team first. But is there any sort of personal gratification or relief for you at getting to a Sweet 16?
No, I think I've said all along it's a humbling experience being at UCLA, and extremely proud, extremely blessed just to have the opportunity to be in an institution like that and all the tradition and everything that UCLA stands for. It's top of the food chain when it comes to that. And, so you either look at those things as burdens or you look at it as blessings. And from day one upon the hire, when Dan gave me and our staff the opportunity, that's one of the first things I told my staff. We're gonna understand. I've known Coach Wooden a long time, from an elementary kid. And from day one, we're going to wrap our arms around this as a blessing. And we're going to tackle it, and we're going to do everything we can to build champions. We shouldn't be here if that's not what we want to do. And to win a conference, one of the 2 things that are out there in the conference to win one of those championships and now be one of 15 other teams standing, that's a terrific season. But as Kyle said, our job is not done. Now we've got a tremendous opportunity ahead of us. Hopefully we can relax. We thought we were a little anxious to start this game. They settled down about 10 minutes in, and hopefully we can settle in pretty quickly against Florida and hopefully play well.
Any other questions for Coach Alford?
Andrew Erickson, Daily Bruin. Coach, you mentioned just 3 turnovers tonight. What have you seen over the last couple of weeks in terms of improving ball security, especially in higher pressure situations?
Well, and I didn't know how much we could improve because that's been a strength all year. We've averaged just barely over 10 turnovers a game, which is as fast as we play. I know it wasn't chronicled very early in the season, but we play really fast. And to play as fast as we play, to play with the pressure we try to put on defenses, to only turn the ball over 10 times it's a great credit to our young men. That takes a lot of effort, a lot of concentration. And here you're in an NCAA game to go to the Sweet 16. We haven't had that kind of pressure all year long. And you turn the ball over 3 times. And you were playing a team that denies everywhere, pressures everywhere. We had 2 different presses thrown at us that I know of. A zone, 2 different zones, a 3-2, a 1-3-1, and then we got man-to-man pressure to deal with. And we turn over 3 times. That's a big key to what we do. We give ourselves a chance to score, and we have so many guys that can score. That's a big strength for us. And to play the teams that we've had to play in our league that do a good job defensively and still take care of it, that's got to be something that we continue to try to work on because it's a big strength.
Any other questions for Coach Alford? Thank you.
Thank you.